Alright guys, this is the road test evaluation score sheet here. I am going to try my best to explain how they score you on the road test. The road test evaluation, the way they do the scoring is they have on their computer or on a piece of paper, they have 31 infractions that you cannot do on the road test. I mean, if you do them, you're gonna get points, but it's best not to do any of these infractions. But it's gonna happen. I always tell my students, if you don't have to be perfect, but just try to be almost perfect. Here are the infractions right here. You got the leaving the curb. I'm gonna go over the categories really quick. You got leaving the curb. You have turning in intersections. C, parking, backing, and U-turn. You have D, driving in traffic. And by the way, I'm using Google Keep to I actually typed all this out and I use Google Keep and I put all the little boxes on the side here. And I'm going to explain why I did that. And let me get back to this. Driving in traffic. Let's see. Vehicle control. E, and that's the last category. And as you can see, 31 infractions. 31. All the way from 1 all the way down to 31. Okay, so let's say let's do a mock test right here. Now let me explain really quick. Some examiners, they don't have the little computer or tablet to do the evaluation. What they do is they use a piece of paper, and the paper is yellow. And what they do, they just start excuse me, they start circling numbers for every infraction you do. Some of them, it's not the piece of paper. They use either a tablet. They actually got their system updated, and some of them are still using the old computer system. Okay, so let's do a mock test, and this is similar to what I use with my students. I do a mock test with them. When I notice that they're making too many mistakes, I just stop I stop using this. So let's say you get in the car, put on your seatbelt, adjust your seat, check your mirrors, all that stuff. And you get ready. The examiner tells you, okay, let's start leaving. Or whenever you're ready, let's start going. Of course, you're gonna turn on the car and do your thing. When you're gonna leave the curb, let's say when you leave the curb, let's say you fail to signal. Right away, they're gonna give you 5 points off the bat. See how it disappeared from here? Now it says 1, 3. Actually, it is dropping down all the way down here. These are all the infractions. All right. Let's say you fail to observe. That's 10 points off the bat. Let's say you use your mirror only. You fail to check your blind spot. Another 5 points. Okay, let's say turning in intersections. You drive down to the intersection. The examiner tells you to make a left turn, and you stay right behind that stop line. You don't pass the stop line when you get a green light. You stay right behind the stop line. So this one is fails to stop near center of intersection when waiting to make a left turn. They're going to give you 10 points. Let's say you make a short right turn. 5 points. Parking, backing, and U-turn. If they tell you to park and you fail to signal, boom, 5 points. You can't park properly, 15 points. Well, this is really really bad for a student to do all these infractions. So let's leave it like that for now. These are all the infractions right here. Okay, you have failed to observe, 10 points. Okay, failed to signal, use mirror only, blah, blah, blah. Fails to stop near center of intersection when waiting to make a left turn. Fails to signal, short right, unable to park properly. So you have 10, 15, 20, 30, 35, 40, 40 plus 15 is 55. That's actually failing right there. That means that you were not successful on your road test. All right, let's start all over. Oh, and by the way, I'm sorry, I forgot to mention that you must get between 0 and 30 points on your test to pass. If you get 35, it's over. So it's between 0 and 30. Perfect score is 0 points. Just like getting 100 in school. Let's just do another mock test. Let's say when you leave the curb, you fail to signal. 5 points. You turn too short when making a left. 5 points. When parking, you fail to signal. 5 points. Let's say you did everything else correct. Let's go down. You got 5, 10, 15. 15 points, and you pass the test. Just like that. Because that's under, that's 30 points or less. Let's bring these back up. And let's do one more. I remember one time I had a student that he did everything perfect. Everything was, just to the T. He couldn't park. Here it is right here. Unable to park properly. They gave him 15. He couldn't park. And he also parked too far from the curb. 5. He did everything else correct. 15 plus 5, 20. He passed. Even though he couldn't park the car, he actually passed his test. And he was so excited. I know it almost doesn't make sense that you can't park, but they give you a license, but it happens. Okay, let's do another one, another mock test. Let's say you fail to signal. I see that happening a lot when leaving the curb. Driving in traffic. Excuse me. Let's say you follows too close, or tailgating, or getting too close to the cars on the side, or basically anything on the side. 10 points. Let's say you drive too slow, impede traffic flow. Cars are going around you, or they beeping the horn at you. 15. And let's leave it that way. You got 15, 25, 30. And that's passing right there. I do that right? Yeah, 15, 25, 30. Yeah, 30 points. And that's a passing score, almost failing score. I mean, almost, the person, if they would have gotten 5 more points, they would have just failed automatically right there. Alright, so these are, like I said, these are all the infractions that you shouldn't get on the road test. Let's see. So you got leaving curve, fails to observe, fails to signal, uses mirror only, fails to check blind spot. Poor judgment approaching or at intersections. Speed. This is okay. Let's start all over. Poor judgment approaching at intersections. In speed, turning, stopping, observing, or signal. 10. Fails to stop near the center of intersection when waiting to make a left turn. 10. Turns too wide or short. 5. Turns too wide or short. Making a left. 5. And turns too wide or short, making a right. 5. Inattentive to traffic signs, signals, lane markings. 10. Parking, backing, U-turn, fails to signal. 5. Fails to adequately observe, use caution. 10. Unable to park properly. 15. Unable to make a 3-point turn. 15. Excessive space for parking too far from curb. 5. Excessive maneuvers in 3-point turn. Parking. 5. Driving in traffic. Fails to keep right. 10. Improper lane of traffic. 10. Follows too closely. 10. Speed excessive for conditions, traffic, weather, road. 15. Too slow, impedes traffic flow. 15. Fails to yield right away to pedestrian or other. 15. Poor judgment in traffic. 10. When changing lanes, fails to observe, signal, use caution. 10. Fails to anticipate actions of pedestrians, others. 10. Fails to anticipate potential hazards 10. Vehicle control, repeated stalling 10. Poor engine control, acceleration 10. Poor steering control, turning straight driving maneuvers 15. Delayed braking, abrupt braking, that's when you hit the brakes too hard or you start braking too late. They give you 10 points for that. Poor use of gears, automatic, manual 10. Poor clutch control 5. And poor reactions to emergencies 10. So this is basically it, guys, how they score it on the road test here in New York. Alright guys, so I hope you did understand the scoring system for New York. Remember, you must get between 0 and 30 to pass. Once you get 35 or more, it's actually failing. And just one more thing, serious violations, dangerous actions, or the examiner just takes control of the car, like if they steer for you or brake for you, it's going to be an automatic fail. Serious violation is like going through a stop sign, going through a red light, speeding. Now that's if you speed and you don't catch yourself really quick and you stay speeding, that's going to be an automatic fail. Let's see what else. I think that's basically it. If I miss anything, I'll put it up or I'll type it in the description box. Let me see, I'm trying to think of something else. Okay, I got it here. Here you go. I'm looking at the actual paper that they use at the DMV. Reason for disqualification: accident, serious violations, dangerous action, additional training needed, and or more than 30 points. Meets standards for licensing. It says it right here in the bottom. I'm looking at the paper at the bottom here. So that's basically it. Accidents, serious violations, dangerous actions, more than 30 points is all automatic fail. Guys, I'm sorry that I made this video long, but I was just trying to, just explain the scoring system for the DMV in New York. If you're taking the road test soon, good luck. Be safe out there. Take it easy.